Hello and welcome to the Southern View. Lots of political statements, cryptic comments, but no conclusion, Vasudha, to that Karnataka drama that's been playing out. It all seems to be heading towards you in New Delhi.
That's right. Karnataka's Congress Veera is once again caught in a fraught power struggle. One side, Siddaramaiah, firmly anchored by the Ahinda coalition, something that you've written about, and DK Shivakumar, backed by the Vocaliga community. But is caste the most important factor here, or is it more layered than that? How is the Congress party going to look at this? Is there a resolution? That's what we will look into in the course of the next few minutes. But first up, the headlines. It's a big GDP boost for India.
Cyclone Ditwa kills 56 people in Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Modi condoles the deaths. Tamil Nadu, Andhra brace for the impact of this cyclone. The IMD sounds an alert in coastal districts. Chief Minister Stalin in Tamil Nadu reviews preparedness ahead of its landfall.
Today, after joining actor Vijay's TVK and taking over as its chief coordinator, expelled AIDMK leader Sengotian tells NDTV that he sees MGR in actor Vijay and that the party will inherit MGR's legacy.
Call this a sky-high meal which went wrong. 4 tourists with 2 children amongst them were stranded at about 150 feet above the ground in a sky dining restaurant near Anachal on Friday afternoon. This after their crane lifting the restaurant malfunctioned. The group was stuck in mid-air for over 2 hours before fire and rescue personnel reached the site around 4 p.m.
Well, Karnataka's Congress is caught again in a fraught power struggle. Is caste going to be an important factor? Are there different layers to this? Let me tell you what all happened today. There was an important meeting of Dalit legislators that was held at Minister Muniyappa's residence. This is being seen as Siddaramaiah camp flexing its muscle, while DK Shivakumar Veera has also met his supporters, some of them, and he is expected to travel to Delhi soon. In fact, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge is expected to talk to both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, resolve this issue before the BJP goes ahead with its no confidence motion. So is there a resolution in sight? Is the Congress party going to solve all of this before the 8th of December, which is when the Karnataka Assembly begins? How does the equation, how does the dynamic look like right now? Veera, very straight question to you. Who has the numbers? BJP clearly in Karnataka doesn't have the numbers, but does DK Shivakumar have them?
Well, that's a foregone conclusion. Some would say that the BJP is fishing in troubled waters, but we'll get to that in terms of the numbers. Some would believe that Siddaramaiah categorically has the support of the MLAs. DK Shivakumar, of course, sending out some cryptic statements. Yesterday, Vasudha, it was a war of words literally on X as Siddaramaiah spoke about words mean nothing if they don't change the world, and promised schemes have been delivered. So multiple cryptic statements that have been played out. I have no answers, but I think we are joined by someone who may have answers, or at least we'll try and probe to get some answers from Syed Nasir Hussein, General Secretary of the Congress Party, Rajya Sabha MP, someone who's very, very closely clued into Karnataka politics. Sir, very much thanks for joining us here on NDTV this evening. Let me come straight to you with the question. There's a lot of chaos. There have been a lot of cryptic statements that's been made. The power tussle is quite obvious to be denied. What is the party position on this? Will we have clarity over the weekend?
See, the party is in touch with both the leaders and the other MLAs in Karnataka. Our General Secretary in charge of Karnataka, Sri Randeep Singh Surjewalaji, is continuously in touch with all the MLAs, MLCs, party leaders, senior leadership, Chief Minister, PCC President, and everyone. An assessment has already been done earlier, and even now when this thing has come up in public domain, he has tried to assess the situation on his own. Obviously, he will be putting up his report through the GSO to the party high command, and it will be discussed and resolved in the light of the feedback given by the General Secretary in charge.
Right. But Mr. Hussein, the timing of this escalation is also a little tricky for your party. So is there going to be a meeting over the weekend? Will you have clarity before the winter session of the parliament and also the assembly in Karnataka?
I think there should be clarity before the winter session starts because we do not want to go into the assembly session in Karnataka having these issues in the background. But party high command is very clear that we need to put an end and resolve this matter in the best possible way and at the earliest. Now, since the session also starts here on the 1st, and the entire leadership here will be in Delhi. So I think this is the best time to have a discussion over this issue and resolve this, because we also need to see that the government in Karnataka is halfway through. Like it's almost like 2.5 years since we have come into power. An assessment anyway has to be done as to what is happening. Are we delivering on our guarantees? Are we complying with the manifesto? Are we implementing the issues which we have taken up and promised to the people of Karnataka? An assessment has been done, and I, as an parliamentarian from Karnataka, I think that we have done a fair job till now, and but then that has to be assessed through the party structures in Karnataka, and also to the elected representatives.
Very interesting. You're saying that an assessment needs to be done about the government. We are in halfway mark. You're a veteran of Karnataka politics. You've seen many leaders. You've seen the twists and turns of this politics. Let me put this question straight to you, Mr. Nasir Hussain. Will there be a change of guard in Karnataka or not? Are you ruling that out?
See, I wouldn't be able to tell that to you right now because I was not privy to what was discussed when a decision was taken after the 2023 elections, and only very few, I think, are privy to what actually happened at that time. Maybe 3-4 of them. What was said, what was not said, what was the language that was used, and what was the words that were exactly used. There's lots of rumors, there's lots of whispering, there's lots of campaign about that thing. But I think as the leadership will meet both this leader in the days to come, there will be more clarity and there will be a resolution to the entire issue.
Right. Mr. Hussain, will the Congress set the optics right? Because politics is so much about perception and optics, and Karnataka is amongst the few, but also the biggest state that is in your control. There seems to be a lot of war of words between these two camps here, and each camp is sending out its own message. There seems to be chaos and clutter. How are you going to resolve this?
See, as far as Congress party in Delhi right now is concerned, we do have a parliamentary strategy committee meeting on this Sunday in the evening before the parliament starts on Monday. And Monday morning we have an India Alliance plus other opposition parties floor leaders meeting for a strategy for the upcoming session. And then in the background of these developments have taken place. Nobody can ignore that. But at the same time, Congress knows that it needs to put the house in order. There will be issues when you have when you have an absolute majority, when you have lots of MLAs. There will be lots of issues. People, you can only have 15% of them being the part of the cabinet, council of ministers. There are lots of senior ministers, those have been left out. There are lots of representation for different districts which needs to be given. There are a lot of pressure groups and interest groups that interplay in any parliamentary democracy. These issues will always be there. We need to resolve that. And also the question that is there in everyone's mind will also be resolved very soon. And I wish that is done at the earliest.
Since you mentioned about the majority in the assembly, are you worried about the no confidence motion that the BJP plans to bring before the Congress in the state assembly during the winter session? Are you worried about the stability of the Congress government, that this entire chaos could result in perhaps a split of the party? Is that worry there?
If you have been a very seasoned journalist, you know what is happening in BJP. BJP, in order to put its house in order, is trying to do this. They tried to hunt for issues for the past 2.5 years. They were not successful in any one of them. We have been implementing the guarantees in a fantastic way. law and order is very good there, and the governance has been fantastic under the Congress government there. So I don't think they have any issues. They try to rake up small issues to divide people here and there. It could be Mandya, it could be Mysore, it could be several other places, but they were not successful. And everyone knows what is happening in Karnataka BJP. So that's the reason to consolidate their own MLAs, to put their house in order. They're trying to resort to these tactics. There'll be no takers for that. I'm sure that maybe there will be few MLAs from their own party who will be voting for us in the no confidence motion.
Okay. Syed, Nasir, Hussein, you are saying while you're dismissing the BJP's problems, you're admitting that there is an issue within the Congress which needs to be resolved, and you are expressing confidence that it will be resolved. Let's see how this plays out. Thanks very much for joining us here this evening, Syed, Nasir, Hussein, Vasudha. So everyone seems to be admitting that there's something wrong in the party, which they have to admit as far as the Congress is concerned. We still don't know what the solution is.
That's right, and we move on to some breaking news now, which is also connected to one leader of the Congress party in Karnataka admitting that the Congress needs to put its house in order. This is ex-Karnataka Chief Minister Veerappa Moily, who's now blaming the central leadership for this chaos. He has said that it's the central leadership who are responsible for whatever is happening in the state of Karnataka.
If you want to turn into a political turmoil, yes, it can happen. But the leaders here of the Congress party who are in the responsible position, and also our High Command representative, whoever it may be, I think they should have foreseen some of these developments. It's not a sudden development. This is a development which is ongoing development last 6 years. So I mean last 2.5 years. So I think rather it is a negligence of the Congress leaders for allowing this impasse to develop.
Well, Veerappa Moily making that comment, Vasudha, several Congress leaders, depending on their alignment, have been making the comments. But yes, most of them agree that the High Command needs to come out and categorically declare what next as far as Karnataka is concerned. Either deny that there is any power transition agreement, or say that there will be a power transmission agreement, and at some point of time DK Shivakumar will get the clarity. The lack of clarity from the High Command is what many people believe has led to a situation of this nature, allowing the power interests of all sides to grow without giving a categorical clarity as far as Siddaramaiah is concerned. This optics is what people expect the Congress High Command to change, but others argue, Vasudha, the only way to keep the clock ticking, as they would say in politics, is to let the confusion play out. That old Narasimha Rao statement of not taking decision being a decision in itself. Let's see how this plays out.
Well, that's very important. And while Congress legislators are also in a sense of uncertainty, like Veera pointed out, let's look at what the BJP is planning to do. The BJP, of course, did not win that kind of numbers, but let's speak to Arvind Bellad, who is a legislator. He's also a BJP leader from the state of Karnataka. Mr. Bellad, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. The BJP in Karnataka is planning to move a no-confidence motion against the Congress party, sir. Is this purely fishing in troubled waters? The Congress and the Chief Minister have categorical numbers in the Assembly. The Congress swept with a landslide victory there with almost 135 seats. Is this purely opportunistic movement from your side, or is it just for optics that you're doing this?
We are now trying to fish and think. So it is very clear that the Chief Minister has lost the confidence of the floor of the House. Or more than the floor of the House, his own people, his own ministers. They are camping in Delhi against him. So naturally, he doesn't have the confidence. So when he doesn't have the confidence, he should not be continuing in that chair. So we would like to naturally question and ask. And it is the onus is on the Congress to prove that the floor and the people of the Congress people themselves, they have confidence on the Chief Minister.
Well, Arvind, as you make that point, no one's withdrawn support. There has been no major camp or public statements against the Chief Minister of withdrawing support. Are you all just trying to foment trouble in the Congress? Your party, as you know very well, in Karnataka has many internal differences as well. Are you all just trying to precipitate an issue in the Congress?
The whole world knows what is the problem in the Congress. The whole world knows that they are fighting amongst themselves as who will become the chief minister. We are only asking who is that one single person who has the confidence of the party. So either you postpone the assembly, or you come out clean saying he is our leader. Because there is one side there is a DK Shivakumar, and another side Mr. Sidramaya and Parmeshwar is claiming to be a chief minister, and Muniappa is conducting meeting. Mr. Satish Jarkioli say he is on and off, and Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge himself is his moves are unknown. So there are so many people who are claiming for the throne. So we would like to know, the state would like to know, people would like to know who is that one single leader who has the confidence. That's why we are trying to bring in no confidence motion in favor of this.
But Mr. Bellad, some may dismiss all of this as just voices seeking support for their own leader, because there's been no real crisis of MLAs threatening to pull the plug here. There haven't been that many letters seeking withdrawal of support as well. So what really makes you think that you have the numbers? Because it looks like Siddaramaiah right now has the numbers in the House.
So it is not always a question of sending the letters. But the whole world knows, as you also know, people are camping in Delhi. Why is Chief Minister going to Delhi again and again? If he is so confident, he should have been there in Bangalore doing the governance. Except governance, he is doing everything. So it means his chair is shaky. That is the reason Chief Minister is going. Mr. DK going to Delhi is okay, understandable. But why is Chief Minister going again and again? So it means that people are not supporting
No, Arvind,
him.
that's what you say. Karnataka politics is inherent with, internal contradictions, whether it is the BJP or the Congress. Some would argue, and some would also argue that Siddaramaiah remains the most influential leader in Karnataka, and that's why the BJP is trying to foment trouble for him.
Yeah, see what I see in the news everywhere, that he is the Ahinda leader, Mr. Siddaramaiah. I think you people need to do an actual study. In Ahinda or the OBCs in Karnataka, they constitute of Kurubas, which is from where he belongs to, and then there are major chunk is Idigas, then Marathas, then Devang, which is a weaving community, then Vishwakarma. Then there are a huge number of Kshatriya sub-communities, Bhavsar Kshatriya, Somansha Kshatriya and all. If you look each of these communities, except the Kuruba, his own community, he hardly has any support base in any of these OBCs. So he is falsely claiming that he is as if he is the representative of all
Arvind.
the OBCs. Actually, he is not.
Arvind, the Congress would turn back and argue, boss, we have got 137 MLAs right now with the support of independents, almost 140 MLAs. We won fair and square. We won 136 MLAs in the election. So Siddaramaiah is the most popular leader. Anyway, I leave that conversation for the moment. Obviously, Vasudha, it's going to be an intense face-off in the Karnataka Assembly when it begins on the December 8th in Belagavi, the winter session. But before that, you are bracing for the winter session of Parliament. Obviously, there will be a lot of other national issues that the parties will face off on. But will Karnataka have a solution, or will there be clarity for the Congress before the 1st of December when Parliament session begins is really the question right now, Vasudha.
That's right, Veera. In fact, what I'm told by my sources is that the Bihar Samiksha Baitak got over yesterday. So Congress party is done with all the thinking and review on Bihar situation. So the High Command is focused on Karnataka right now. But like you rightly pointed out, this resolution is important because Karnataka is not just a fight of two main characters. It's also the future of the Congress party, the model that's based on guarantees.
That's right.
Something that we saw happen in Telangana as well and several other states. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Meanwhile, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar made a series of statements today praising Sonia Gandhi for sacrificing her power as well as batting for voters for Siddaramaiah government. Let's listen into what he said.
ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನ ನೇತೃತ್ವದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಲಿ. ಈ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಆ ದೀಪ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ ಬೆಳಗಲಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶೇಷ ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧಿಕ ನಾಯಕಿಯಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು 20 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅಧಿಕಾರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ರವರು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇಂದಿರಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರ ಸೊಸೆಗೆ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಬೇಡ, ಈ ದೇಶದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ತಜ್ಞ, ಈ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು, ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಮನಮೋಹನ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಆಶಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬಂತು.
Multiple political connotations being made out of the sacrifice remark, the word remark, and every remark that DK Shivakumar has been making, Vasudha, over the last week or so. Let's see what happens.
Like, I believe these are two players who have the main character energy all time in a day. So clearly this drama is only going to get interesting, Veera. But from a Vakaliga youth leader to an organizational powerhouse, DK Shivakumar's rise in Karnataka and in Congress politics has been defined by sheer grit, unwavering ground connect, and also an instinct for getting things done when others are reluctant. He's a troubleshooter, a loyalist, and also a leader whose influence inside the Congress party only continues to grow. We tell you more in this report.
Doddalahalli Kempegowda Shivakumar, aka DKS. He is not just a politician. He is a strategist, a troubleshooter, and the Congress's most dependable crisis manager in the South. From a Vakaliga youth leader in the 1980s to the Congress's organizational powerhouse in the 2020s. DK's rise has been marked by grit, ground connect, and a reputation for getting things done when others hesitate. Born in 1962 in Kanakapura, DKS entered politics through the NSUI, quickly climbing the Youth Congress ladder. He won his first assembly election in 1989, beginning a streak that cemented him as the strongman of the Kanakapura belt. Even in his 20s, Congress leaders noted his unusual organizational instinct, the ability to gather cadres, plan logistics, and execute operations with precision. His reputation grew not just because he won elections, but because he won wars behind the scenes. During the 2002 Rajya Sabha crisis, Congress MLAs were housed at his resort, ensuring that the numbers didn't slip. In the 2017 Gujarat Rajya Sabha election, when Congress stalwart Ahmed Patel was at the brink of defeat, the Congress turned to one man. DK Shivakumar shielded the MLAs, delivering Ahmed Patel's victory in a closely fought battle. Traditionally dominated by the JDS, the Vakaliga landscape shifted as DKS consolidated influence in Ramnagara, Kanakapura and Bengaluru rural. He built a loyal cadre network and established himself as the community's most determined political claimant since SM Krishna. His growing clout made him indispensable in Karnataka politics. DKS has faced multiple investigations and even served jail time during money laundering probes, yet his political capital has only grown. His resilience deepened his image as a fighter who doesn't bend. Appointed as KPCC president in 2020, DKS executed one of the most aggressive political rebuilds in the state. Under his leadership, the Congress revived its booth-level machinery, reclaimed lost ground in rural districts, and created a unified election structure with Siddaramaiah despite the rivalry. This groundwork was central to the Congress's thumping 2023 Assembly victory. Now DKS continues to position himself as the future Chief Minister. His ambition is open, unapologetic and persistent. Bureau Report, NDTV.